Well, I'm thinking he was a gamble guy, because a lot of people like to gamble in casinos. I was thinking that he gambled too much and that the owner saw him gambling, so then he tried to run away with all the money and everything. So then I think he told his people to try to get him. So they were running and they were shooting him, but they suck because they can't shoot. So then I think when they finally, it was dark, he was running, he didn't see this little thing right here, a little thing, and he tripped over it. So then they finally caught up to him, and I'm thinking that the guy was too slow, and they shot him because he has 3 bullets in his back, 1 in the head and 2 in the back.
Well, it's a tragedy what happened here, but what I think what happened is he lived a good life, you know, had parents who paid whatever you want, could go to parties whenever you wanted or anything. He had a good girlfriend and everything, was doing good in school and everything. And at some point he hit the rock bottom of his life, got into gang, started doing drugs and everything, just getting into fights, got into jail, put a couple times, and I think his girlfriend started, you know, fading away in love with his friend. And what I think is one night that he found his girlfriend sleeping with his best friend. And at that moment, his reaction to me, I think, was take all his force out on them. So he killed them, buried their bodies probably somewhere around here under the bridge. And he went 2 months not telling anybody what he had done. 2 months when they went looking for him, for his friends. And he couldn't deal with all the pain, so he decided to write a letter to the police station, tells them where he hid his friends, why he killed them, and told them that he couldn't deal with the pain, he couldn't have any help from anybody, and that he was going to go hang himself right under where they were buried. By the time the police came, they found his body hanging directly under the 2 bodies. And to this day, nobody knows really why he really did it.
You know, it kills 99.9 germs. All we need is it. Now, Drew can touch it.
Touch that?
Yeah.
Well, my version of the story is this kid or this teenager, he has very strict parents, and you know, like he had to be back at this time at a certain time. You know, he had to be with his parents at all the time. He was a very rich kid, you know, and one day he actually got his first girlfriend, you know, and then, you know, they would chill like in this area, you know, they would always chill here, you know, do their business and stuff like that. Well, one day he caught his girlfriend with another guy, and he was so mad that he didn't know what to do. The next day when he saw his girlfriend and the other guy, he just bought a gun. And the reason he got the gun is because for some reason he got really mad because, you know, it was his girlfriend, you know, his first girlfriend. So one day when he caught them down here, he pulled out the gun, shot both of them, and then he, you know, like he put their bodies like more further in so no one would find it, like no cops and stuff would find the bodies in. And then later that night, he was so ashamed of what he did, you know. He killed his girlfriend and he killed this one guy he didn't even know. I mean, they could have been friends and stuff like that. But he came down here, he had the gun, he came down here. He called the ambulance and stuff like that. And he said there's been a suicide. And then the person on the line says, who's the victim? And the victim, he said, the victim is me. And then they said, oh, we'll be there on the way. So he starts thinking, should he kill himself or shouldn't kill himself? There was so much pressure in his head that he's like, you know what, I'm gonna just kill myself to get it over with. So he goes further into the bridge, he shoots himself, and that's the end of him.
I've been under the bridge a couple times. I've seen people down here trying to look for the same thing I've been looking for. Is there any body, any bones left, anything left of these bodies? And what I can say is that I've never seen any body. Not a body, not a bone.
You can't be over here.
Well, I've been down this area before, but I haven't seen no body or anything like that, so for me it's kind of hard to believe, but you know, we can't judge on if his story is true. I mean, one day I could go down there with him and then he says, you see there's the body, and there's a body right there, and I don't believe him, but that's his own story, and we all have our own story, so. Apparently you're not Jesus.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Jesus.
Well, I'm not saying that Mario's story would be a lie, but being in the neighborhood where he lived in, it didn't seem like there would be that type of story.
My other friend, he said that he think he got in a fight with somebody, and the other guy had a knife, which wasn't fair because it has to be a fist fight. So then the guy, he thinks that he stabbed him, and then that he got him right here under the throat and right there, and he was dead. And he tried to hide him and threw him under the bridge. I was like, no, that wouldn't happen, because why would a dude fight over here and not somewhere else? Because Midlothian is really, really big.
How do you work this thing?
No.
How do you work this thing? What's this for?
You can't hear it.
Well, we all can't judge on whose story is right. Everyone has to have their own theory of the story, you know. It's their own story. I mean, you can believe him, you don't have to believe him, or, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, you're so cool. Hey, dude, this is a comb.
Well, you put two and two facts together. The way it was set up, two bodies right under where he was buried. The way his parents explained everything of what had happened, and to me it seems like that's what happened.
Yeah, the water's really dirty.
It's fine, I'll get sanitized.
Oh, that is here!
Get sanitized, you know, 90.
Dude, you can get that shit.
I haven't seen the body. I don't know where the girlfriend is, and I want to investigate like Sherlock Holmes, but I don't know. It'll take a long time.
No, serious, I'm
Oh
not.
yeah, you hit me, remember? You hit me? You hit me?
I know karate.
The reason I put my story the way it is asking around, asking people's opinions, seeing what they think it happened, and then looking at the possible facts and realistic facts, what's true from false.
¡Ya vete!
vete! Adiós!
¡Ya vete!
Entiende tú, adiós.
¡Ya vete!
No necesitamos aquí. ¿Qué quieres?
Well, for my own theory, I think it could be down there, but I can also think that the cops have found it. But my theory is mostly going towards like that body's still down there, because I haven't heard cops or anything about that, the story on the news or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him about it, and hopefully it's still there. And maybe later on, when I tell my friends, I'm gonna tell one of my teachers, for then they can call the police. Because if I call them, they're not gonna believe me, because I'm a kid.
At this point, it could be either way, an urban myth or down to the police. I'm more closer to the urban myth, being that I haven't seen police down here rarely a lot. There's people down here almost every other day, and that you could be down here for quite a while without anybody knowing. So I'm more closer to it being an urban myth.